Okay, looks like things got serious quite quickly in this episode, given that now we have two characters after Hawkeye. One was already Echo, who was already after him, and now we also have Yelena, who was Black Widow's adopted sister, which we get to learn about in the Black Widow movie, and we also get to also see the scene where Val, I think that's her name, who falsely accuses Hawkeye for killing her sister, and that's how why Yelena now has bad blood against Hawkeye now, and she wants to kill him. But in reality, we know that Hawkeye, that wasn't how it took place. Hawkeye wasn't the one who killed her. She actually killed herself. And by her, I mean Black Widow. And it's ironic to see her in appear in this episode. I mean, I knew that sooner or later she had to appear in Hawkeye because after watching the post-credit scene of Black Widow, I knew she was going to be in Hawkeye. Who didn't? But it was interesting. It was ironic to see her in this episode, given that this is also the episode where we see Hawkeye, feeling guilty for Black Widow's death, even though he wasn't the one who killed her. She killed herself in order to get a Soul Stone in Vormir. But then this is also the episode where there's someone who's after Hawkeye now because she believes that Hawkeye was the one who killed Black Widow. And I think that way I felt like this episode was the most emotional episode. Feel free to disagree, but I felt like this was the most emotional episode, not just because of the sadness we felt after seeing Hawkeye's guilt for Black Widow's death, but also it was also a very happy episode in a sense that you finally see Kate and Clint getting along with each other. Clint is ignoring her less. He actually gives her more importance, tries to care about her more, and we also see the scene where they're in Kate's apartment, and Kate organizes this movie marathon, which Clint would have been having with his family if he wasn't in New York City, if he would have actually gone back home to visit his family for Christmas. And Kate kind of like does a great job in making up for that movie marathon he would have been having with his kids. And even Clint Barton himself said it means a lot, and that was pretty happy and satisfying to see how they're getting along at the right time. When it's Christmas, instead of like ignoring each other, or we saw in a previous episode how Clint Barton was quite hostile, or not hostile maybe, but he just didn't really care about her enough. But then now they have overcome that. But finally we see the final action sequence, which was really slick. Like I was saying, like this show hasn't really missed at all with the action scenes. Given that in this episode, we have this particular action scene on the rooftop where Kate and Clint are fighting against Yelena and Echo, and it was pretty slick. I mean, I don't think there were any winners, but it was well made. That's one thing for sure. It was perfectly executed. Sorry, and which is why I hope to see more action scenes like this in the future Hawkeye episodes, which I think there are like two more of, episode 5 and episode 6. So let's see what happens in those episodes. So until next time, see you.